So I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this video here right now. It's not something I normally do, but I'm really upset. Like, I'm fucking pissed right now. Like, so pissed off with all this generative AI bullshit because I am an artist who I do a lot of fantasy art. If you've seen any of my work, I do fantasy art, I do cartoons, all sorts of things. I've done realistic stuff too. And everything I do, or just about everything I make, I am referencing something. I'm looking at photos and I'm making and I'm utilizing oh God, how do I do this? So I'm just gonna show you something right here, real quick, just to sort of explain what I'm trying to get at. This painting right here, I referenced real photos of a cat skull and flowers and mushrooms to even get some idea to make this happen. With this one, I used a real photo of the character Dolores or a screenshot from the character Dolores from the new Beetlejuice film. This one, used whatever references I could get of Funbeak from Archer. What I'm trying to get at here is I like having references. I need references. Most artists need proper references to make anything good. Like, you can make good art without references, that's true, but the thing is, without understanding what it actually looks like and just going off of your brain, like your memory, you're not going to create the real thing you're after. More often than not, you're going to struggle. You're going to have problems with proportions. You're going to have problems with getting it to look similar to characters. Even when you are going off references, it's not going to be exactly the same either. But references are one of the biggest tools for artists. Photographic references are such a big thing for artists. And I know you've heard this all over, and you're probably wondering where I'm going with this. And it's because I am literally trying to figure out how to make a proper lizard eye. I'm working on a little project that I wanted to do where I make an eye. And to do this, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a lizard eye, if I'm honest. I'm debating human eye, lizard eye. I have an idea. All I know is I want to make an eye and put it in a circular frame. But I want to make a bunch of sketches. If I show you, all of this is all sketch ideas that I made over the last month to just sort of figure out what I'm doing. They are not actually referencing anything. But if I show you another thing that I've done, these ones, on the other hand, I use actual photographic references for poses of people posing in various styles to try and figure out the exact pose that I needed or wanted to do for this painting. And again, I looked for poses of people and I sketched until I felt comfortable drawing the character and found a pose that I liked. And I do this with most of my work. Most of my work involves sketching a lot and referencing. Sometimes I can get away, like I did with the cat skull, one sketch and done from referencing, because I found exactly what I needed and wanted and figured it out right away. More often than not, I have to do multiple sketches. I need to practice something. If I don't know how to do it or I'm not quite good at it, I have to. Especially it's really difficult for things that don't exist within my own life. I don't have a lizard. I live in northern Minnesota. We don't really have lizards, and I don't know anyone who's got a pet lizard. And I shouldn't have to go asking people for these photo references. I can make my own photo references of things I do have, but where I'm going with this is, again, I know I'm getting off track, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm really fucking pissed off because I can't find references. And the reason I can't find fucking references of anything, real photographic references of animals, to say the least. Like, I'm not looking for anything fantasy. I'm not looking for photos of unicorns. I'm not looking for photos of aliens. I'm looking for a photo of a lizard's eye. I want to see different lizard eyes. And I can't do that because generative AI is literally going through and clogging up all the systems of anything for any references, whether you're looking at any stock photos. I don't care what you use, whether it's Google, Pinterest, I can't think of the other one. There's stock photo ones. There's um, Adobe stock photos, all sorts of different things. Like, if you go and you look up something, more often than not, you're gonna find nothing but garbage, nothing but fake photos generated from all things that don't even make a realistic, that have, it's not real, and I can't get a proper idea of what this thing looks like that I want to draw or that I want to reference off of. It's really irritating, and this interferes not only with my process in making art, but other people's processes in making art. So many artists need references. So many beginner artists need references. I don't care if you're a beginner or you've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for almost 15 years. And I am struggling to find good photographic references for things that I want to make. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't have to wonder whether something is AI. I shouldn't have to struggle like this to find a photo. We have a computer at our fingertips. There are so many ways to find references. There was ways. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. I'm not going to stop making art because I like making art. I refuse to stop. I literally live and breathe art. If I'm not making art, I start getting depressed and upset. Art is what keeps me going, and I will keep making things, but I want to be able to make. It's really hard to explain what I'm trying to say because I'm really upset. I want to make something, but I don't see it. I'm not very well versed in it, and I need to see the real thing. Again, I can make a lot of things on my own, but if I want to make this just right, I have to see the real thing. And I'm not the only one. We need to do something about this generative AI. It needs to stop. It needs to either be regulated and at this point, honestly, I don't think it can be regulated. It needs to be removed. Now, I'm not saying AI in itself is an inherently bad thing. And to be honest, AI is not what people think it is. It is not thinking on its own. Because it is not actually thinking for itself. It is these lazy people just putting in words and using a generator and taking from everything across the world. And what some people don't realize is that generative AI is not only taking from artists, but it is taking your photos, your personal photos, the photos you post of your children, of your parents, of yourself. It is taking your photos and it is manipulating them so that people can create terrible things with it and make it, or just anything. They can just create whatever they want with it. This has to stop. Something has to stop. We need to stop AI. And specifically, we need to stop generative AI. Something has to be done. I cannot state this enough. So many people cannot state this enough. And yes, you can say all you want and say that it's just artists who are making this complaint. Well, yeah, artists are the ones complaining. I will admit that. But you know what? We have valid reasons for it. And if you wake up and fucking look at what generative AI is and what it does and where it takes from, it scours the entire internet. There is nothing nice about it. It is not only bad for the environment because of the amount of processors that they need to utilize, it is also stealing people's work. It is stealing your personal photos. It is stealing so many things that your entire life, if you put it on the internet, you have anything on the internet, it is taking from it. This video is being taken from at this very moment by somebody. And I don't care that I'm just some small artist, it doesn't matter whether you're a small artist or big artist, or if you're not even an artist, you're just a normal human being and you just post anything. It is taking it. It is using it. And that's not right. We in the United States should be allowed to opt out of this AI stuff. And in fact, it should not exist. This stuff should not exist. Nobody should have to have their stuff put into an AI generator. And we need to, like, I can only imagine what this is doing for school systems, because people cannot get accurate information. We are living in a world where we should be able, like, again, we have a computer at our fingertips. We should be able to access proper information and have an understanding of what is going on with around the world and with our in our societies. But we can't, because we are living in a world of misinformation now due to the generative AI being utilized on many search engines, within our phones, and on all social media right now, or I should say just about all social media. This is legitimately an issue. And I have not stated anything. I've shared things personally, and I've shared things on Twitter X on occasion as well, and I have shown my support for going against the AI, but I have tried to just hope that this would go away, and I know it's not. I know it's not going away. I have been informing people personally, and I know this isn't going to go very far, but I am just so enraged right now, because I can't draw what I want to draw. I can try, but it's not going to be what I'm after. I'm not going to learn something that I'm trying to learn something today. I'm trying to learn how to make something that I've not made before, and I want to do it right. I can't do that without a reference, without a real photographic reference. And this is very upsetting. And I just don't know what to do. I'm alone at home, and I need to talk about this. And I feel like I may not have many followers on my platforms, and that's fine. On the platforms that I am on, and that's fine. I don't care. I don't do this for views. I do it because it makes me happy, and it makes me feel relaxed and comfortable. But it's really hard to do that when I can't get the tools necessary. I am struggling to find the tools necessary to do what I need to do. And I know this is just me ranting and saying my complaints that I have with generative AI. And I will tell you right now, you need to look it up, and you need to learn what is the issues with this. I'm not saying all AI is inherently bad, but it is generative AI that is the issue and has to be dealt with. In other countries, they have laws against generative AI. In the United States, we do not. The only thing in our favor right now is that AI cannot be AI cannot be copyrighted. That's our only thing in our favor at this moment. But there is nothing protecting us from having our images stolen, whether it's your personal image or your artistic image, or any of the art you made, or whatever you make. Anything you've shared is being stolen by generative AI systems like I believe it's Midjourney and others, and Midjourney, Meta, and even X right now. And this is really ridiculous. We should be able. It's 2024, and we're only a couple months away from 2025. We should be able to reference proper knowledge and real life things. We should know what is reality and what is fiction. This is a problem, and something has to be done. I don't know what, but something has to be done. This stuff has to be stopped. There has to be places where this stuff is not allowed, where we are able to combat it and know what is generative AI and what isn't, because I can tell for the most part what is generative AI, but it is getting harder to discern it. Many artists and anyone with a keen eye on it and who have trained themselves to look and discern uh, fake and the fake stuff, the AI generated stuff versus the real stuff, is able to tell the difference. Yeah, but there are people who can't. And it is even getting to the point that those of us who have learned to tell the difference can't tell the difference either in some cases. And it's scary. It's not something we want. It's not something that we need. Something has to be done. I just don't know what. And I'm just so very upset with this. And I know it's been going on a long time. And you could say this, I'm late to the show. I don't care. I've been against this since the beginning. I've not been very vocal on it because I didn't know what to say that hasn't been said. And again, I'm probably not saying anything that hasn't been said already. My biggest issue right now but this is actually like, and to be honest, I'll be honest, it was not affecting me personally until now. My art may not be my art styles may not be used, or my characters may not be being used at this moment, but, and I'm not necessarily losing work like some others are, but then again, I don't get that many people as looking for my art as of yet anyways. And that's fine. I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for any. I do it because I like it. I like sharing my art. It's something I've been doing since high school. And I haven't stopped. And it's very upsetting though, because I don't want to share my art anymore. Not only have I been struggling recently, like if you followed me on my social media, you've noticed I'm not sharing as much as I used to. And it's because I'm afraid. In some cases, I don't want to share all my work, or I just don't know what to do. And the more I share it, the more likely it's going to be used and taken. And it's whether it's a fan art or anything, I don't care. The thing is, I don't want my stuff being fed into these algorithms, into these generators. And so it's harder for me to share my work. I still am, but I can't share as good as nice photos anymore because it'll be taken. And even if I share a bad photo, it's still going to be taken. And it's really affecting me today because, again, I'm not able to do what I want. I'm not able to look at photos and learn to make something that I can't reference in reality, like in person. I shouldn't say in reality, in person. I can't reference some of these things in person. I don't have access to these things. And this is an issue. This is an issue for me. It is an issue for many others. It is an issue for kids trying to get educated. It is an issue for adults, artists, non-artists alike. It doesn't matter who you are. This is a problem, and something has got to be done. We need to stop generative AI. This is out of control. I don't know what else to say. This is a serious problem. People have lost their jobs over it. Their incomes are dropping. And it's still happening. I know more and more people don't want it. But big businesses are doing it. Like Disney recently announced that they're going to be using AI to finalize their videos, their movies. And I believe Blumhouse is also going to be using AI, if I'm correct as well. There are numerous, and again, like I said, Meta, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, Threads, whatever they own, is also utilizing AI. And they're taking from your photos, and you can't, and the only way to opt out is to privatize yourself. And for those of us that have business pages, we can't. We can't privatize. We can't opt out of having our work stolen, our likeness stolen. And it's really a problem. And X, like I said, Twitter X just announced recently that they're also going to be implementing a similar policy where any photo you share on that platform is going to be used for their AI system. This is a problem, and I will say it over and over again. This is a problem. Something has to be done. This needs to be stopped. We need to band together and tell these businesses, tell these AI dorks, these garbage human beings, to knock it off. And for the ones who don't understand it, educate them. You have to educate the ones who don't understand. If they are educated and refuse, then you need to boycott them. It is getting ridiculous. This has to stop. Something has to stop. I don't know where we go with this. I have signed things to I have gotten on bandwagons and signed my name to things to stop AI generation, or to do, to try and find ways of stopping it. I can only hope those things will go somewhere. I can't think of their names right now, unfortunately, but I can only hope that they would go somewhere and maybe help. But at the same time, this is only going to stop if we all, as a human race, band together. I don't care where you live, whether it's the United States, the UK, Japan. I don't care where you live. All throughout the world, we have to band together, and we need to tell these businesses and these people and these other people who are willing to steal, enough is enough. We need to stop this. I don't know if we got to go to our governments or what, but something has got to be done. I am sick and tired of this AI garbage, and I know I'm not the only one. Because if you look, you listen, you educate yourselves, you'll find no one wants this. The only people who want it are the people who can afford to, are the people who are going to make money off of it. They're the only ones who are doing it. I mean, there's already the guy out there who won a competition with it they should never have entered, claiming that he wants copyright because everyone's taking all his image, is using his words to generate similar images to what he generated. That's messed up. That's just so stupid. He literally told people that art is dead and that AI is rising and is the way of the future. It is not the way of the future. We are not. Perhaps one day AI may have a purpose and may help us in some things. I know where there are ways that AI can assist, but generative AI to me does not seem, at least personally, I have not seen anything that shows generative AI having an actual purpose. And other than to just screw people over and to take people's jobs. It's literally the only thing I've seen it do is take people's jobs, screw over people's income, and hurt others. And be careful about the artists that you say are doing AI, because not all of them are. There are people who are the other issue with the way AI is going, due to how it is advancing and becoming harder and harder to discern. People's art is being, people who actually made the art are being told that their art is AI generated and then being blacklisted. And that's not right either. And that's another, again, that is another issue. There is so many issues with this generative AI. It came too fast. And personally, I don't see a way that this can help us at any point in the future. And again, I'm going on and just saying my own opinion on this. This is my statement on AI. This is how I feel about it. I'm extremely upset. I already cried once because of it today. But I'm I'm at a loss of words right now. I don't know what to do. I'm going to keep making art, and I'm going to try and share when I can. But I'm not going to show my process all the time, because another issue, and there's another one that people need to know. Tell me that AI, you know, the people making AI are also a problem when they're trying to make it show a step by step of how they got, like a sketch process or a time lapse video of how to make it appear as though they actually made the art. That's a fucked up situation for those of you that don't know, because there's something wrong with these people that they actually have to go and be like, oh yeah, we made the art by sharing fake time lapses and fake sketches that they never made. They just generated them. How is that ethical? Like, seriously, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with these people? This stuff has to end. It really does. I thought maybe there could have been a point where it could possibly be useful in a preliminary stage, or to help get an idea off the ground, like early stages. But at this point, I don't even think that's ethical or right or at all at this point. I don't think I honestly don't think it serves any purpose, at least not generative AI. Generative AI is a problem, and it needs to end. That's all I can say about it. It has to end. We have to do something about this. We have to stop it. I don't know what else to say. You can leave your thoughts, whatever. I'm probably not going to comment back on them. I would appreciate it if you got to the end of this video. If you know of any sites or people who share references, like real photo references of things, whether it's sites I'd have to pay for, I don't mind supporting someone if I can, especially if I'm getting actual photos out of it, the real references. I would like to know of places where I can find real references where there's no AI, where it's people actually taking photos and sharing it and are okay with people referencing off of them. And I would like to know, and I'm sure many others would. And if you happen to know any, I just ask that maybe you can share those with me and many others. Other than that, I don't know what else to say on here. Yeah, let's do something. Let's stop this, please. Please, let's just stop this.